The hospital administrator, Dr. Evans, didn't even look up from his chart as he dismissed Nurse Anya Johnson's application for the head nurse position. "We're looking for a different demographic fit, Anya," he said, his voice sterile and cold in the sleek, glass-walled conference room. "Someone who can project a certain image to our major donors." Anya, her back straight in her crisp blue scrubs, felt the familiar sting. She was the most experienced, most recommended nurse on the floor, but the promotion, once again, went to a less qualified, younger white candidate. She simply nodded, her dark eyes holding a depth of unspoken history, and returned to her patients. What Dr. Evans did not know was that the hospital's entire future would soon rest on the very hands he had just deemed unfit for a leadership role. For 10 years, Anya had been the heart of the cardiology ward. She'd held the hands of the dying, calmed the fears of the newly diagnosed, and worked double shifts with a quiet smile. She was just a nurse to people like Dr. Evans, who saw a middle-aged black woman and assumed a lack of ambition. He never saw the dog-eared textbooks in her locker, the late nights studying hospital administration and financial modeling. He didn't know she was the anonymous author of the Heartbeat blog, a revolutionary online community that had become a trusted resource for thousands of patients, building a level of public trust the hospital's own marketing department could only dream of. Her dream wasn't just a title. It was to reshape patient care from the inside, to bridge the gap between the cold efficiency of the boardroom and the warm, vital humanity of the bedside. Every time she was passed over, she poured that frustration into her secret project, building a legacy he couldn't see. The crisis hit with the force of a hurricane. A devastating article in the city AS major newspaper exposed the hospital for rampant price gouging and unethical billing practices, specifically targeting its most vulnerable patients. Public outrage was instantaneous. Major donors pulled their funding. The state medical board announced an investigation. The hospital's reputation and its financial stability crumbled overnight. In a panic, the board of directors called an emergency meeting. Dr. Evans, sweating in his expensive suit, presented a weak, tone-deaf PR plan that was immediately shot down. The room was thick with despair. Then the elderly board chairman, Mr. Harrington, cleared his throat. "There's one person I've been following online for years," he said, holding up his phone. "She writes under a pseudonym, but her insights into compassionate, ethical, and financially sustainable healthcare are genius. Her community trust is absolute. We need her. Her name is the Guardian Angel." A junior intern tasked with uncovering the blogger's identity rushed back into the room, her face pale. She whispered in Mr. Harrington's ear. His eyes widened, then settled on Dr. Evans with a look of pure disgust. "Bring in Nurse Anya Johnson," he commanded. When Anya walked in, still in her scrubs, the room fell silent. Mr. Harrington stood. "It seems the solution to our crisis has been working on this floor all along," he announced, his voice echoing with a newfound respect. He revealed her secret identity to the stunned board, detailing how her blog had a massive, deeply loyal following and had already outlined a complete ethical overhaul for modern hospitals. Dr. Evans shrunk in his chair, exposed and humiliated. The person he had deemed the wrong image was the only one who could possibly save them. In a desperate, face-saving move, Dr. Evans stammered an offer. "Anya, a $50,000 bonus to come on as a temporary consultant. We can use your ideas, your platform." He still saw her as a tool to be rented. Anya looked at him, then at the earnest faces of the board. "No," she said, her voice calm but unyielding. "I will not let you buy my integrity to clean up your mess. My ideas are not for sale, but my leadership is." She wasn't just refusing money, she was demanding a seat at the table. The following week, a sweeping vote was passed by the board. Dr. Evans was quietly reassigned to a non-leadership role. Anya Johnson was not only offered the head nurse position, she was appointed as the hospital's first-ever chief ethics officer with a direct line to the board. Her first act was to implement the very transparency and patient advocacy model she had championed online for years. The hospital, on the brink of collapse, began a genuine transformation, regaining public trust and becoming a model for equitable care. The Underdog had not just climbed the ladder, she had rebuilt it with stronger, more compassionate materials. This story proves that true worth is never defined by a title denied, but by the quiet integrity you maintain while preparing for your moment. If this story of hidden potential and transformative justice touched your heart, subscribe to the channel for more tales of dignity rising.